I thank God for the lighthouse. I owe my life to Him. For Jesus is the lighthouse, and from the rocks of sin He has shone a light around me, that I might be set free. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, where would this ship be? Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations, and I am exhausted. It has been one brutal day. Oh, with the way things are going, I hope we don't end up being evicted before we're already moved in. Well, I don't mean me personally. I am just the mutual best friend of both of the two, and I'll probably be getting together and hanging out with them a lot when they're moved in. And I've done what I can to help Jan and Jeanette move into their new place. I have struggled with what I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to hold back, and torn between venting and respecting our privacy here, because the three of us all deal with various neurological conditions. Jeanette and I are both autistic and suffer with post-traumatic stress, and I don't know if I have ADHD or what, but I know my executive functioning suck. Anyway, she and I are both autistic. Jan has aneurysm that sometimes causes autistic-like behavior in her. And I had a phone call at the last minute to go to Jeanette's place and help her and Jan with the move, because their friend Amber came with the truck, and all Jeanette's stuff filled the truck in this first trip, so I guess it wasn't going to happen later in the day that we'd be bringing Jan's stuff too. But we managed to pull it off. Jan and Jeanette swept everywhere, tried to get the place spotless. I suck at sweeping. I basically stayed out of the way, and I mended Jeanette's purse because it had a big gaping hole and her iPod headphones were hanging out. But we have our various neurological conditions and our various triggers. Both Jeanette and I have to have quiet when we're talking on the phone, which is the main reason I don't own a cell phone. But I guess Jeanette and I brought sandwiches, so Amber and Jan went to Tim Hortons or wherever it was for lunch. They were gone for about an hour while I helped Jeanette bring all the stuff of hers that went into the bedroom, up into the bedroom, and the other stuff of hers into the basement. That's going to be her she-shed. And I am so not used to stairs. Forgive me, I am terribly out of shape. I'm probably going to walk more when Jan and Jeanette have moved in, because it would probably take about an hour to walk from from my place to theirs. But like, the fact that I had to drop everything and come over at the last minute cost me half my spoons for the day. And I am very lucky I caught the bus just in time. Like, I didn't just miss one. I only waited about 5 minutes for the next one. There was this lady watching a video on her phone with these kids speaking in Indian or whatever it was, arguing loudly. And I thought, would it kill you to use headphones? But of course I kept my mouth shut and said nothing, because I don't want to make things worse. So I stepped outside and stood waiting for the bus instead of sitting next to her and her noisy video. And I went all the way to Bloor, and it's an uphill walk all the way from Simcoe and Bloor to Jeanette's place. And there was a moment of panic when I put my backpack in the back seat, because Jeanette thought I was already getting into the truck. No, I'm not. I'm I have to go with Jeanette to her place and then use the bathroom and sit down for a minute. And then she ate her sandwich while we were riding there in the truck. I sat and had mine in the kitchen, and we had a lot. It was a frenetic day, like just moving boxes and bringing stuff upstairs and downstairs. And then when Jan came back from lunch, she was outside talking on the phone, and because of her aneurysm, she has lost pretty much the use of her right hand and most of the use of her left. So she handed Jeanette her cell phone. So I guess one of our triggers is trying to talk on the phone when there's noise in the background, and I guess Jan's is being shushed. So everything just came to a head and erupted, and we all, I know Jan and I both ended up having meltdowns. Jeanette's trying to talk on the phone, and that's another trigger, like somebody randomly handing us our cell phone and us not their cell phone and us not knowing what to do with it. Like, I used to hate it when Annie was at the living room. She'd be talking to a friend of hers and want to introduce me to her on the cell phone in the noisy art studio, and anyway. So here I am, here Jan keeps talking, and Jeanette's trying to figure out what she's supposed to do on the phone. I think it's some insurance thing, and I tried to shush her, and she just lost it and started yelling at me, and that's when I lost it and literally ran out of there screaming. So I'm outside screaming, Jan goes outside screaming, she's on the porch screaming, I abscond through the front garden gate. So Jeanette manages to come out the front door, and she sees me walking away, and we managed to talk to each other. She says she's done for the day too, and I was lucky we managed to flag down the bus between stops, because our transit system is so efficient. Like, they get rid of everything that makes sense. And there used to be a bus stop literally at the house right next door to the where Jan and Jeanette are moving into, and it's not a stop anymore. But the driver was kind enough to stop right then and there and pick me up, and I got home, and I've been home ever since. I've been ironing my quilt squares, and what else is new? Saturday is the big day, the official moving day. It's going to be really hectic, but I have to wake up early just to give Jeanette her wake-up call. Fortunately, my services won't be required other than that. All I have to do is phone her at 7 o'clock to make sure she's awake, and then I think I'm free for the rest of the day. Friday, I gotta go to the bank and cash my thingamadoo, my income tax return. I have my art class, and then I'm hoping I can connect with Jackie so that I can get my airline ticket for September for the Carousel Convention. It will be my reward at the end of all this chaos. I kind of need to get away on my own at the end of this year. We need for things to calm down before Jeanette and I can think of going anywhere together for now. I know we will have a little holiday when we stay at my aunt's in June. And what else is new? Well, I guess I've bored you long enough. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Spiel.